first C that I would have would be consistency, and the fact that Susan was always very consistent in attending her weekly success meetings, but she really moved it to the next level when she became consistent about bringing guests to those success meetings and really taking them seriously as an opportunity. She was already out, she was already working, and really doing everything she could to bring someone there. I think she also improved her consistency in holding her recruiting interviews and doing that on a regular basis. It wasn't just, oh, if she found, one of those a month or one of those a quarter. She was doing recruiting interviews every week. And when she was going through DIQ, she was doing 20 or 30 recruiting interviews in a week. But that was a one-time thing. But there was that consistency. She was building her business. She was doing that. And the interesting parallel is from my business is how much that is important to us as well. The consistency. We actually had the gal that leads one of our sales teams here in Sioux Falls talk to us a week or so ago about they need to bring in so many applications. It's 225 submitted applications that they need every single business day. So every day that they hit that, they put a big green X up in their window in their office. And they hope that by the end of the year they'll have all these green X's. And they're like, sometimes we get 223, and we're like, come on, 2 more. But that same consistency, it's all about hitting that consistent mark. We could hit our sales goals with just a few huge policies. But we need the consistency in order to make our results over the long term. We actually have our most successful regional sales director who works down in Florida, Alabama, in that area. Not a real wealthy part of the country. He works with fairly low-income people, but he is almost every year either the #1 or #2 sales director in the company. He has averaged, I think, right around $1 million of income the last several years through his business. But he'll get up and he'll talk about the fact that he said, I've had the home run hitters, the guys that will come in and just be amazing, but he said, I've lost them. I've seen them walk out the door and I've had to start from scratch. He said, what I'm committed to is giving this many applications a week, recruiting this many people every single week, and it's all about the numbers. It's having the same number of new recruits each month, building this much. He knows exactly how many new he needs to have, how many applications he needs to submit, and there's a lot of parallels there. If you do this many classes, you can expect this much in sales, you can expect this much in recruiting. And so it's that consistency that I think is really important and is something that I noticed in Susan that really helped take her to the next level. The next C that I would have would be courage. And I think Susan really, and this is somewhat connected to the consistency, the more consistent that you are, I think the more courage, the more repetition that you do, it makes it easier to be a little bit more courageous. But, I think it does take a stepping out and really reaching out where you haven't been before. I think one of the areas where Susan really got courageous was asking for referrals. But when she first started, she would do a class and would just go back to her same list of names after the class. And those referrals really it takes that extra effort, that extra courage to go ahead and ask somebody for some names. But that made life so much easier when her one class would build on another class, which would build on another class. And I don't remember where it ended up, but one of the classes that she had her first month in DIQ, there were, I think, 7 or 8 people there, and 6 of them signed up and probably have ultimately led to 60 or 70 people that have been in her team at one point or another. And if you think about just if she wouldn't have had the courage in that one class to ask people, none of those people, maybe none of you would be here, and she probably wouldn't be where she is today. So that courage, I think, is a huge part. And I think it allowed her the courage to say no. The courage to recognize when Mary Kay isn't the fit for everyone. To recognize that there are some people that are going to be very successful, and those are the people that she wanted to focus in on. And the parallel with our business, I remember our head of distribution, our sales vice president, the head of sales in our company talked about when he was recruiting, they were looking for people to recruit, and he told his sales team, he said, go and recruit people that are going to be successful, that you want to hang out with, because these are the people you're going to be spending your vacations with for the next 20 years. These are the people that you're going to be spending a lot of time with. Focus in on those people that are going to be successful, that you want to see succeed, don't necessarily go out there and just try and get everybody with a pulse. Go out there and recruit the people that are successful. And I think we've done a really good job with that, and we found some really successful, a really successful sales team at our company, and we've done really well over the last several years. But it's really interesting. Part of it, the other part with that our president says quite a bit is that defining who you are is as much about what you're not. You know, what are you not going to do? What are you not going to be about? And I think Susan has done a good job of believing in people, but also focusing on people like yourself that are committed, that are going to be successful, and that are going to do an exceptional job. So I think consistency, I think courage, and I think the final aspect that gives you is confidence. And I think Susan really did a good job of building that confidence, becoming successful, and that success breeds more success. And the more that you are able to accomplish, the 300,000 unit club, the $350,000 unit club, that gives you the ability to say, I don't have to apologize for what I do. I don't have to, laugh about being a Mary Kay sales director. And I'm certainly proud of Susan and what she's accomplished, and I know she is as well, and can come before people now. We were at a party on Saturday night, and when they said, well, what do you do? She's like, I'm a sales director with Mary Kay. And most people are like, wow, do you drive a pink car? It's usually the first thing people says. Well, it's not pink right now, but I'm on number 8 and it's a Mustang. It's like, to have that confidence to be able to talk about that. And just to kind of tie back into something I don't think Susan hardly ever gives any discounts anymore. She does to me occasionally, but she claims I never pay for anything, which is why she says that maybe I should try and find another consultant. But part of that is just having the confidence to say, I don't have to provide a discount to get somebody to buy this product. This product is good stuff. I don't have to cheapen it to make it something that people want to buy. People should want to buy it. It's a good product. It's well priced. I don't have to apologize for that. I don't have to apologize for expecting people to pay the full price. I don't have to necessarily give away the farm every time I do a class, because my classes are fun. People like to come to them, and to have that confidence to do that, I think is really neat. And so I think those are the 3 lessons that I've learned in watching Susan: and the consistency, the courage, and the confidence. And I wanted to end with, it's not a good business presentation without a good business book that you read from, right?